Now at 5, could weather impact Saturday's Maple Leaf Festival Parade in Carthage? Plus, Carl Junction students host hands-on agriculture learning. And the U.S. Supreme Court could dramatically change how states redraw congressional districts.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Thousands of people are looking to the Saturday morning forecast and how it might impact what's historically the largest parade in the 4 states. This is KOAM News. I'm Dow Quick. The annual Maple Leaf Festival Parade in Carthage typically draws tens of thousands of spectators. The Carthage Chamber of Commerce President Julie Reams tells us the parade will proceed starting at 9 a.m. Saturday, rain or shine. She says lightning or severe weather could force a postponement, but light to moderate rain would not. Reams says organizers are keeping in close contact with meteorologists as the parade approaches. No one better than Chief Meteorologist Doug Heddy. He joins us right now.
Yeah, this is kind of a double-edged sword just a bit because we need the rain. We just don't want it to occur when we have outdoor activities. But pretty good chance to get showers and thunderstorms in here, especially Friday night into Saturday morning. All right, so ahead of it, we start to get some clouds. Another warm day on your Thursday into lower 80s. Then we start mid 60s on Friday. I actually think most of Friday is going to be dry, but once we get into Friday night, scattered thunderstorms start to pop up. Some of these guys could be strong to possibly low-grade severe as they drive through. Here's 7 a.m. on Saturday. Parade time, we're talking about 9 a.m. So hopefully most of these showers and thunderstorms will work out of here, but we're going to look at more detail with this storm system here in just a bit.
All right, we'll see you soon. As part of the Future Farmers of America's Food for America Day, students from Carl Junction's FFA program taught third graders in the district more about agriculture and exactly where their food comes from. The event featured several stations across the student farm and had hands-on activities in addition to teaching about farming technology.
One of the main things that sparked my love for agriculture today. So if they look to me as a role model, let's say, I feel like one of these kids will be in my position whenever they hit high school.
The stations included experiences with some of the animals on the farm, as well as lessons on planting and gardening. A new interactive mural is bringing color, creativity, and community spirit to downtown Parsons. The city unveiled its new interactive mural in one of Parsons' oldest downtown buildings. It's considered interactive because a movie will be projected on part of it. The project marks the start of the final major renovation in the city's 6-block downtown district, a milestone in the city's decades-long effort to rebuild after a devastating tornado more than 20 years ago. The mural celebrates Parsons' history from its locomotive roots to the days of the Parsons Drive-In.
Always looking to celebrate our past by looking forward to the future. So what better way than to create an outdoor activity where people can bring their lawn chairs and sit and watch a movie, get some popcorn, but relive the days of the Parsons Drive-In. So that was kind of, how do you tell the story of Parsons? The locomotive history that's behind me, the drive-in that's replicated here.
Funding came from a combination of city and state grants, local partnerships, and tourism funds. The first movie is this Saturday. To get ready to celebrate Halloween, a teacher in Parsons has a spooky stage set up for students to experience. The stage is filled with animatronics of witches, ghouls, and more.
I also get to teach kids that something might look scary at first, but they can be brave and work through it and learn that it's all for fun and they can enjoy it, just like I do.
The haunted stage is open for all students in K through 5th grade in the Parsons School District. The Supreme Court heard arguments today in a case challenging Louisiana's congressional map, but the impact could have far-reaching political implications nationwide. The justices appeared poised to restrict when and how states can use race when drawing up legislative districts, a ruling that would dramatically change the rules for how states go about redistricting. Jan Crawford has details from Washington.
What could happen? What would the results on the ground be?
I think the results would be pretty catastrophic. Janai Nelson, president of the NAACP Legal Defense Fund, argued Wednesday that Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act is crucial to maintaining black representation in Congress.
We only have the diversity that we see across the South, for example, because of litigation that forced the creation of opportunity districts under the Voting Rights Act.
But lawyers for the state of Louisiana and the Trump administration strongly disagreed, saying black candidates are winning in Louisiana and elsewhere in non-majority black districts, and it was time to stop grouping voters based on the color of their skin. Like with this Louisiana map, which critics say is unconstitutional because it relied too heavily on race to create black congressional districts.
You have to create a district for black Democrats that you would never create for white Democrats in a Republican state. It's essentially being used as a reverse partisan gerrymander on purely racial grounds.
CBS News legal contributor Jessica Levinson says the court's conservative majority may find a middle ground, but one that could still reach far beyond Louisiana and significantly change Congress.
Political scientists that I've looked at, who I've looked at their studies, say this would be a big boon for Republicans and could potentially lock in a Republican majority in the House of Representatives for years, maybe decades.
The Supreme Court isn't expected to deliver a decision until next spring. Jan Crawford, CBS News, Washington.
A decision may come after states hold their primaries, meaning it would likely have no impact in next year's midterms. However, a lawyer for the non-black Louisiana voters challenging the map in this case urged the justices to rule earlier. Still ahead, parents are on high alert. Measles cases surge as parents with newborns face new health fears. And using AI on your resume could hurt your chances of getting hired. Topping today's Health Watch, there's growing concern over a measles outbreak in South Carolina and whether misinformation about vaccines is making it worse. Health officials have now confirmed 16 cases in that state since July, and dozens of students are quarantining at home. Christian Benavides has more from South Carolina.
Measles cases are on the rise, forcing nearly 140 unvaccinated students in 2 South Carolina schools to stay home for 3 weeks after they were exposed to the virus. Parents Chandler and Emma Gordon are expecting baby number 3 in April. While they and their boys are vaccinated, the recent measles outbreak has made them extra careful.
We're a little cautious, knowing a newborn coming into this doesn't have the opportunity to be vaccinated or protected against measles.
The highly contagious virus spreads through the air and can linger for up to 2 hours. Symptoms can include high fever, cough, runny nose, red eyes, and a rash. The virus can also cause severe infections, especially in kids under 5.
It's very concerning. We have never had this big of an outbreak, especially in such a short amount of time.
Dr. Ashley Gardner works at Parkside Pediatrics in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Have you seen changes in parents in recent years?
We have the miscommunications that can happen sometimes lead to a decrease in vaccine rates, and it's our job as doctors in order to help give truth and point them to hopefully having the best medical decision possible.
The measles vaccine is safe and effective according to the CDC. Nationwide measles cases are at a more than 3-decade high, while vaccination rates among kindergartners have been trending downwards in recent years.
Measles is so contagious that it needs a very, very high level of vaccination in order to achieve that herd immunity. And so if it dips down at all, there's the risk for this highly contagious virus spreading very quickly.
Symptoms can take 1 to 3 weeks to appear, and so someone could be sick and be spreading it without even realizing it. Health officials say at least one of the cases was linked to a local gym. Christian Benavides, CBS News, Greenville, South Carolina.
Loneliness and social isolation could increase the risk of dying from cancer. A study published by the British Medical Journal found cancer patients who experience loneliness face an 11% greater risk of death. It's believed the stress response of isolation can negatively impact the immune system. Loneliness is also associated with cognitive problems and sleep disorders. More than half of Americans believe the misconception that women can't safely give birth in their 40s. An Orlando health survey finds many people aren't aware of new medical advancements that help women over 40 have safer pregnancies. Doctors say women should talk with their obstetricians about the best ways to ensure a healthy pregnancy. And that is a look at today's health news. A little bit later, half of job candidates use AI, but most employers won't hire them.
A lot of employers say they're fed up with job candidates using AI to generate resumes and cover letters. I'm Michael George with how the human touch can actually help you land the job.
Plus, we're going to be tracking the potential for thunderstorms. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be another warm one for us today. Temperatures right back up there into low to mid 80s for afternoon highs. Pretty much clear skies for us right now. And that's what we're going to see tonight. And then again, as we go into the daytime hours on Thursday. But it's Friday night and Saturday. We get a strong cold front. We get some thunderstorms across the region, which it'll be good to get some storms in here. Not when people are doing outside activities, but we'll get it whenever we get it. All right, looks like temperatures near 60 to kick off Thursday. As we go through the day, warm up. We go near 80 by noon. I think most of us 82, 83, 84 during the afternoon. A few mid and upper level clouds. Tomorrow night, a lot of mid and upper level clouds into Friday, and we're going to have mostly cloudy skies on Friday. We start mid 60s. We can't rule out a random isolated shower, but most of you are going to stay dry. 83, 84 for a high once again Friday afternoon. All right, let's go into the evening hours. I think we'll get high school football in. Thunderstorms start getting going right along that I-35 corridor. Expand, start to push in after 10 p.m. Now, some of these storms could be a little bit stronger, maybe low grade severe. What that means for you, we're talking winds 50 to 60 with some of the stronger storms and maybe quarter-size hail. Thunderstorms plowing east. Here's 4 o'clock in the morning on Saturday. Let's go to 7 a.m. Still scattered thunderstorms across the region. They are going to start to push out at that time, but we're going to have to really watch the timing of those storms. Let's continue. So these are going to push east. So here's the noon hour, still some scattered thunderstorms. And then again, some redevelopment in our far southeastern counties. Some of those could be strong to severe. Very warm day. I think we'll go well into the 80s, maybe even push 90, and then a cold front slides in. Look at this. By Sunday morning, we're into the upper 40s to kick off the day. As we go through the day on Sunday, high temps only right around 70, maybe 72, which is great. We'll definitely take that. So a lot of changes over the next few days. 61 to start, 78 by noon, high temp, 83 on your Thursday. Friday night, high school football. Right now, I'm going to put in that slight chance for an isolated thunderstorm, but a warm game as we drop back through the 70s. Breaking down the weekend, 80 on Saturday, 71 on Sunday. We are going to be dodging those thunderstorms Saturday, especially Saturday morning. All right, it looks good right now. Great shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex Tower Cam, downtown Joplin, 80, 70, 60s as we go through the rest of the evening. 84 in Lamar, 86 in Grove. We have 84 in Independence, 79 in Monette. But overall, it's looking pretty good across the region. We just have to track those thunderstorm chances we get late Friday. So tomorrow's dry, 83, maybe a random shower Friday, 84. Thunderstorms Friday night, mainly into Saturday morning, and then down to 47 on Sunday morning. Look at the temps next week, mainly 70s for highs.
That'll be a welcome change.
Yeah, not bad.
Thanks, Doug. Coming up, government shutdown delays Social Security cost of living announcement. Topping today's Consumer Watch, the Social Security Administration is delaying its annual announcement of next year's cost of living adjustments, citing the ongoing federal government shutdown. The agency usually makes public its determinations when the September inflation data is announced. That's also delayed. Both figures are now expected to be released on October 24th. However, the shutdown does not affect those who've applied for a federal income tax extension. Today is the last day for many of those Americans to file. AI is increasingly commonplace in our daily lives, especially for those on the job hunt looking for an assist writing resumes and cover letters. But already some employers say they're tired of job candidates who rely too much on artificial intelligence. Michael George looks at the AI pushback.
Well, I think employers are worried about overuse of AI.
Daniel Zhao, chief economist at the job search site Glassdoor, said when he was recently hiring interns, about half the candidates had clearly used AI to write their resumes, cover letters, and responses.
It can be very hard to pick and choose between two candidates who are both using the same process.
Employers surveyed by the career resource site CV Genius identified AI-generated content as the biggest red flag when hiring someone. 74% of employers said they can spot an AI-generated job application, and more than half said they're significantly less likely to hire a candidate who relies on AI.
I think this is a huge problem that a lot of job seekers don't think about. If everybody is using AI to edit their resume, edit their cover letter, then how do you actually stand out?
Zhao says AI has moved some companies to place more value on the human touch.
When employers see that something is written by that candidate and they know that it hasn't been written AI, they have more confidence that that's based on that candidate's skills and experiences.
Doris Biggs is currently employed at an office in New York. She says she's not against using AI, just not for landing a job.
I am the personal touch kind of person. It shows your authentic self. I mean, then the person really knows.
Zhao says you don't have to abandon AI entirely. There can still be a place for it in the job search.
Using AI for proofreading, that's totally fine, especially if it's your resume or your cover letter. When you start to get into things that are supposed to be in your own words, that's where it's riskier to use AI.
More employers looking for less artificial intelligence and more human intelligence in their next hire. Michael George, CBS News, New York.
Experts also say personal anecdotes can help you stand out from a stack of AI-written job applications. Ben's Original is voluntarily recalling some packages of its long-grain white, whole-grain brown, and long-grain and wild ready rice because they could contain small stones. The company says the stones are naturally occurring in the rice field. According to an FDA notice, no illnesses have been reported, and the company is taking steps to remove the product from stores and contact customers. The Canadian airline WestJet is getting rid of reclining seats in standard economy on its refreshed Boeing 737-8 MAX and 737-800 planes. WestJet says in a press release that the new cabin experience on its aircraft, quote, will offer a bright, airy atmosphere with an upgraded design that features new seats. The company goes on to describe how the new seats in its economy class will feature adjustable headrests and enhanced cushion and back support with, depending on which seat is purchased, fixed recline design. In all, 43 aircraft will be reconfigured, with the first expected to enter service this month and the rest expected to be completed early next year. A final check of the forecast up next. Up next on the CBS Evening News, lead is highly toxic and unsafe in high quantities. So what's it doing in your protein powder? We're going to tell you which brands are the worst offenders. Then on KOAM News at 6, Nevada gets new storm sirens. Plus, we're going to have a lot more about Food for America Day in Carl Junction. And in sports, the success of the Wyandotte Bears. Stay with us for the CBS Evening News and then KOAM News at 6. All right, let's check out our picks of the litter for the week. From the Joplin Humane Society, we've chosen this wide-eyed shepherd mix. He's a young male. His name is Herschel. Yeah, open up wide, Herschel. And from the Southeast Kansas Humane Society, we've chosen this adult female black cat, a beauty. Her name is Count Dracula. Never mind that it's a female. Her name is Count Dracula. If you're looking for a pet, why not check out your local Humane Society? Count Dracula, looking for a home for Halloween. Beautiful cat. The weather, it's still pretty warm out there, Doug.
It is. We have a couple warm days ahead. 83 on your Thursday, 84 on Friday. But thunderstorms trying to get in here Friday night. Some of those could be strong to low-grade severe. And then morning thunderstorms, mainly in the morning, as we go into Saturday.
Thanks, Doug, and thank you for joining us. The CBS Evening News is next. Of course, we're going to be right back here for KOAM News at 6. We'll see you then. Let's make it a great evening.